What's up, guys? Welcome to another video. I am the Poet the Killer, and in today's video, we're going to be reading the poem Ninth Dimensional Perspective and Passion in the Flames. So, we're going to start off with Ninth Dimensional Perspective. Now, let's get to it. Beware of your surroundings. All things appear in perfect timing. Each experience is a piece to the puzzle. Be willing to use your abilities at your disposal. Partake in the journey to self discovery. Stay complacent, and your life shall remain a mystery. Remain head level when deep in your emotions. When you appreciate your internal riches, your treasures shall never be stolen. And that is ninth dimensional perspective. Now, let's analyze. Now it says, beware of your surroundings. All things appear in perfect timing. So, beware of your surroundings is talking about your internal surroundings and your external surroundings. Your internal surroundings, your internal awareness within you, aka taking care of your internal health, your mentality, and also what you eat physically. And then the other part is talking about your external surroundings, which will be your environment and your atmosphere that you're bringing in that environment. So, aka the people, which is the atmosphere that they're bringing, aka the vibe, and also the environment you're actually in terms of your location, is very important. So you have to be aware of those type of things, and you have to make sure that these type of things are conducive to your energy. And then it says, each experience is a piece to the puzzle. Be willing to use your abilities at your disposal. So each experience is a piece of the puzzle. So you have to realize that everything is like a brick layout. You know what I mean? It's like a house, and you have to take time. You cannot be hard on yourself and realize that, oh, I have to be at a certain level straight away. You know what I mean? This is something that is step by step, brick by brick. So you want to be able to have the energy of patience, so that when you do reach that destination that you've reached, you know that it was worth the wait and it was worth the hard work and the effort for it. And then it says, be willing to use your abilities at your disposal. So the more you use your abilities, the more you'll be able to create new ways to get your job done. So it's very important that you're actually practicing and tapping into the energy of your abilities. And the more you tap into that energy, the more you actually be able to master thyself. And that's the most important thing, because the more you master yourself, the more you can master things outside of you and master your internal thoughts and emotions, the more you can master your actions and your reactions. And then it says, partake into the journey of self discovery. Stay complacent, and your life shall remain a mystery. So, in that situation, it's talking about partaking in the journey of self discovery. So, the more you embrace yourself and the more you embrace your flaws, also, because if you focus more on all your capabilities and your abilities, but you're not also focusing on your flaws and the things that you're still working on, the more you're going to be blinded and have blind spots. You know what I'm saying? But the more you can be level headed and realize, okay, I still have these things that I need to work on, the more those things will come into fruition. So it's all about being patient with yourself and taking yourself, being your own judge. You know what I'm saying? And the more you judge yourself, the more you won't have to realize that you need the outside world to judge you, and then that would actually give you more time and more space for you to do the things that you need to do. And then it says, remain head leveled when deep in your emotions. When you appreciate your internal riches, your treasures shall never be stolen. So you have to remain head leveled when deep in your emotions, just like when you're in the sea or when you're swimming, you got to be head leveled, just like where the water is. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be head leveled, just like you're swimming in your emotions, like you're doing it physically also. But you're doing this internally. And then it says, when you appreciate your internal riches, your treasures shall never be stolen. So your internal riches is your gifts, your charismatic gifts, your abilities, the power to be able to bring things from the unseen world, from the internal to the external, into reality that people can be bear witness to. So it's very important that you're tapping into these energies, these riches that is within you. And the more you can do that, the more you can actually bring that into fruition, and no one will be able to actually steal that from you, because you're one of a kind. And by being one of a kind, no one else can replicate that. You know what I mean? You cannot be cloned in terms of your energy and what you bring into the world. So yeah, guys, that is ninth dimensional perspective. Now let's get to the next poem, which is Passions in the Flames. All right, let's get to it. There are two sides to all situations. Self doubt will set you up for limitations. Cycle through life with the will of passion. Energy in oneself is not something that should be rationed. Smile through all obstacles that arrive. Set all forms of inferior emotions aside. In due timing, all mental seed will harvest. When faced with danger, only a true warrior is fearless, and that is passion in the flames. And now it says, there are two sides to all situations. Self doubt will set you up for limitations. So there are two sides to all situations. Every experience you're having is dualistic in nature. You know what I'm saying? Everything in terms of reality and creation is dualistic in nature. So you have to always remember that. And then it says self doubt will set you up for limitations. So you have to always be mindful of what people are talking ingesting into your mind and what you're ingesting into yourself also. So if you're always creating self-limitation mindsets and mentalities, then that's what you're going to manifest in your life. So you have to be very mindful of that and realize that you have to have an expansive mindset or a very vast mindset so you can actually manifest vast things into your life. And then it says, cycle through life with the will of passion. Energy in oneself is not something that should be rationed. So when you cycle through the life with the will of passion, that just means that you have the drive, you have the will to do what you want to bring into this world. You have the will and the power to do it. You know what I'm saying? That is the passion because it comes from internally, from within you. You cannot rely on external passion for it to motivate you. It has to be something that comes from within, or else eventually you're going to get tired, and you're always going to need to borrow energy from other people. So it's very important that the energy comes from within you, and that source that creates that resource is from within. And then it says, yeah, energy in oneself is something that should not be rationed. And then it says, smile through all obstacles that arrive. Set all forms of inferior emotions aside. So any obstacles that you're going through, smile. You know what I'm saying? The challenges, the pain, everything, you gotta smile through it, even when you're going through it. Because the more you smile, the more your spirit or the more of your soul will be more aligned with the power of God, that nothing formed against you will prosper. You know what I'm saying? So it's very important that you're tapping into that power of God within you. And the more you can tap into the power of God, you have a shield over you that anyone that tries to bring anything that is against you or any form, it will actually deflect and return back to sender. So it's very important that you're always moving in good intent. You're moving in pure intent, and the more you move in pure intent, that's the protection that you have within you just by doing that. And then it says, set all forms of inferior emotions aside. So no matter what emotion you're having that you feel like you have a lacking. You know what I'm saying? You might have a lacking in something. You might feel like, oh, I don't have the right physical appearance that I want, or I wish I have this, or I wish I have this, or something like that. Set a goal or set a vision on how you can achieve that if you do feel like you have a lacking. You know what I mean? Instead of pondering on just that emotion of lacking, find ways on how you can actually deal with that lacking so that eventually that won't be a thing no more. So you have to realize that that as long as you have the vision of actually taking care of that emotion and that obstacle, then it doesn't matter where you're at in life, because everything is a cycle and everything is a time and place for everything. So you just have to be patient with yourself. And then it says, in due time, in all mental seed will harvest. When faced with danger, only a true warrior is fearless. So, in due time, in all mental seeds will harvest. It's just talking about um, being patient. You know what I mean? Just like harvest, like when you spring something into, it's just like when you're farming, right? If you're going to farm, what you're going to realize is that once you pull something during springtime, you're going to have to wait till harvest for it to come through so that you can actually harvest the crops and actually be able to get ready for winter and have something to eat. You know what I'm saying? That's how it was back in the ancient days, or back even to now. It's not even ancient days. This is something that if you're farming, you have to have the knowledge of. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing. When you're bringing something to fruition, you have to realize that it's going to start off with a mental seed. It's going to start off small. It's going to start off pure and innocent, but eventually it's going to expand, and it's going to eventually reach something very great. So you have to be patient. You know what I mean? And have the dedication for that. And when faced with danger, only a true warrior is fearless. So when you're going through certain situations, you have to have that warrior spirit. You got to have that warrior energy within you and be fearless, because if you have limitation mindset, then you'll never reach where you need to reach. So you have to always have that mindset of, okay, I'm going to reach where I need to reach. And no matter what barrier that is set before me, I'm going to go through it. You know what I'm saying? And that's you having that power that is naturally within you. It's just dormant. And until you give it that birth and that flame, eventually that's what you achieve into your life. So, you guys, that is Passion in the Flames. And that's the poem for today's video. Hope you guys gain something new. And until next time, guys, I'll catch you soon.